Like, share, like, share, like, share. We have now seen where Dr. Horace Chang has conceded that on February the 28th, Wednesday, February the 28th, the tally between the Jamaica Labour Party and the People's National Party were equally at 7-7. We are now getting a clear picture of the election result, and I'm telling you, it is an indictment on the director of election, Glasspool Brown, who it seems like Mr. Glasspool Brown is somewhere under the Prime Minister and leader of the House bed. It seems like Mr. Glasspool Brown is under Mr. and Mrs. Holness bed, hiding, because the two general secretary of the two major parties, the People's National Party and the Jamaica Labour Party, has come out and said that the party is even Steven at 7. I must big up my friend Saniay Lewis. 7. Listen to this excerpt from RJR morning program hosted by Saniay Lewis. Listen, please.
Dr. Campbell from the PNP, and we now have the General Secretary of the JLP, Dr. Horace Chang. Dr. Chang, good morning.
Good morning, Sanjay. How are you?
And thank you as always. I'm good. How are you this morning?
I'm pretty good.
The PNP, Dr. Campbell, Dr. Chang, was able to increase the number of divisions they have won. And I just spoke with Dr. Campbell, and he indicated that based on their results, it's now 7-7. Yeah? In essence, they have turned around their fortunes. What went wrong for the GLP?
I would still have them turn around their fortunes. The PNP base came out after a time when they're in such a those up. They're out on the road for nearly 2 years. And we have been in government for now 7 years. The base came out heavily, and there were some things, but we wanted this election. I'm not sure they call it 7-7. It is 7. The KCSE is tied. Yeah, they didn't pull their position there because they're tied of a built-in majority in the caucus based on the number of guard seats they have. So the party did well, but there are obviously a number of we'll analyze, review, and look to that appeared in this election, every election to their colleagues is instructed for political party. You review it.
But that's a turnaround of their fortunes, Dr. Chang, because if they can increase the number of divisions, and when you look at the last general election, yeah, if we're matching it against that, and the fact that they could turn around the performance in the last general election, and this now can be used as a litmus test.
No,
that's them increasing their fortunes.
Where Dr. Chang said 7-7.
Dispute that now. Last time.
Much better, actually.
Tell Mr. Chang say I tell lie now.
If you look at the extrapolate from the division to quantitative, would still have a comfortable majority in the key factor of governance. The election would go in government. So they know if that we have come out of it victorious. And in the democracy over time, you will get some decline here and there. This is the natural process of democracy, and we have a very strong and mature democracy. We have to, in fact, adjust our programs to ensure we keep the constituents and the broad base engaged. There's also the reduced level of interest in local authorities, which as the party leader implied we'll have to make some adjustment how we local authorities engage the community in the programs. This is an issue that has dogged us since the beginning of adult suffrage, that is the lowest turnout was in fact pre-independence, when there's always a view that all government in Jamaica is local, and the election that doesn't impact central government directly is of a lower level. It's not correct, but that's the perception out there.
When I spoke with you prior to the local government election, you indicated that the JLP will win. As it now stands, the JLP is struggling, Dr.
No, the JLP has won. No, we have won. We have won within the kind of overwhelming majority, and in many ways we have won and held. I mean, the years where we have won seats we have never won before. So it is, the result could be constant mix for some, but the numbers indicate we have won, and we will go forward with a good review of what happens so we can correct those imbalances and still go forward to a third term.
Dr. Campbell says that they have flipped St. Mary. Based on the numbers that they have received, St. Mary has gone to the PNP. Yes. What are you seeing from your internal numbers?
Today. But in the parish council have gone to St. Mary Municipal Authority, but the two seats that the Southeast St. Mary is still solidly with Dr. Dunn, and I know our chairman Montague will restore his strength in that seat.
So you are now conceding that you have lost St. Mary?
Yes, St. Mary is going to go there, but Clarendon is solidly with the Labour Party, and so is St. Thomas.
So when you do the calculation now, how many how many municipalities are in the columns of the JLP when they match it against the PNP?
It's solidly seven, and the time KCC.
Right, so if that is the case, Dr. Chang, then wouldn't the PNP come out the winner? Because the tie in the KCMC would mean that you would go based on the popular vote, and that would go to the PNP.
Yeah, but it's a matter that it was before that one seat majority, now it's a tie. I would minimize the impact on getting the citizen mayor, but the fact is, politically, in practical terms, it's not a major swing.
Right, but what I'm saying, based on the calculation...
That is a major swing. That is a major swing.
No, you're right, but that's what it is. We have
Mr. Chang, from to them, I respect you, sir.
Up to now.
I never respect you, but I respect you now.
Right, so that would mean that it would be 7-7, correct?
Mr. Chang.
Ultimately, but let's await the conclusion of the final counts.
So if that is ultimately what you have before you, how then can you declare that you have won?
At this point, we're winning the election. No, nitpicking. St. Thomas was in their camp up to final count. We have a comfortable win in Landu, and so a comfortable seat. Clarendon was tied. It's now comfortable one, and the count and could increase. Mm-hmm. So let's await the final count. But we have sure 7 seats. They have sure 5. Right?
Mm. There are some critical divisions.
The extrapolation from the constituencies, we are comfortable in government. Mm-hmm. That's a victory. It's an election, you retain government, you win.
But had it been a general election that was called Dr. Chang, you would have lost?
Won easily. No, would have won easily. Look at the seats.
There are some divisions, though, Dr. Chang. There are some divisions that were surprising. Yeah? I'll give you, for example, the Christiana division and the Walderston division in northeast Manchester. Now, Patrick division in central Manchester. You lost those, Dr. Chang. Those are bedrock JLP divisions.
I wouldn't say they're particularly surprising. The same way, too, we won Elantown and Barbridge, which are seats that they have not won in many, many moons, many years, more than longer than not. They have lost, not Patrick. All right. So it is, in a local election, if you take that, you can find the variation in many years. There are seats we lost, which they've lost for a long time. There have also won some seats they've never won.
Dr. Campbell made mention, for example, of Tamika Harris, the divisions that she would have lost. Tova Hamilton. We mentioned Rhoda Crawford losing the Patrick division. Dave Brown. Are those seats in jeopardy, Dr. Chang, as you look to the general elections?
We review the numbers. I work with numbers. and we certainly will look at what we need to do to restore the strength in those seats. There seems to have been some slippage. In the case of North Sudan, it is one that we have to examine closely, because if it's not a winning it with the numbers that she did was in fact a major achievement, because they changed the boundary of the seat. The bulk of the huge majority of our supporters were put on the south side, in the particular area. So the Falmouth and Matterbury have always been traditionally PNP seats, which they made a put up a pretty strong effort in. And we'll continue to look at how we have a year to deal with the issues there.
You say you have a year. I'm going to come back and speak on that, and you're making mention of the general elections. Let's take the break and come back. I want to touch on that point. Thank you, listeners. Thank you for staying with us here on the Morning Agenda on Power 106 FM. My name is Saniay Lewis. We're speaking with Dr. Horace Chang, the General Secretary of the Jamaica Labour Party. Dr. Chang, based on the results that we have seen coming out of these local government elections, and your party would have done your internal pollings, is it matching what you saw in those internal pollings, or is these results that we are now seeing a surprise to you in some areas?
No, we based on reviews within the poll, we did some polling, and generally they were pretty accurate and pretty predictive. Not all of the polls are always there, so different timing, you get variation, but they're pretty predictive. What emerged.
Right. And as you look now, Dr. Chang, to general elections, the People's National Party, their base is clearly now energized. The issue of leadership would have been put to the side now, because Mark Golding has shown that he can lead the party to victory. Looking on the general elections, the Prime Minister was asked about calling early elections. Some pundits have said it's better the JLP go to a general election now and try to win than wait until next year and the PNP increase their margin. Is that at play in terms of looking at the general elections as we move forward?
The call is the Prime Minister's call, and he will examine it if he has a very good feel for the political mood of the country. But beside the political mood, of course, we have a country to run. We're elected to run the country. The PNP has a history of premature elections, call them early. We don't. So I think at this point in time, and we'll get on with running the country. We have policies we know that are in the interest of the country and interest of the wider population. Part of what we do is to make sure we engage our constituents on a more policy basis. And then with constituents, I mean the constituents generally. Before someone quote me saying I'm going to be going for the JLP supporters, I mean the entire country is a constituent, and we'll certainly be looking at how we get our message across in terms of the program we're doing, so many of which are long-term programs designed to really put the country on a sustainable path of growth and development to bring a better quality of life and increased prosperity to the wider society. The history of the country and political history of it is that the Labour Party have done much now is cleaning up the mistakes of the PNP, and as we get to a point where it looks stable, we then have a reversal. I will say to the country, it will not happen. So we'll not allow it to happen this occasion. We'll engage the population, and I have all confidence in the maturity of the electorate, and the JLP will be in a position to go to a third term when the
But it's not resonating with the people, Dr. Chang. Your message is not resonating as we would have recognized in this local government. No, just let me make the point, Dr. Chang, because the Prime Minister.
You can't say that.
No, I'm utilizing the results, Dr. Chang, that we're seeing. The Prime Minister would have gone around all the parishes in the country, and after doing that and being on the road,
if we convert the results, there's no if that would the government still if there's an election. There's no if about that, and that's what counts. You look at it, you break out the numbers yourself.
Right? But what I'm saying, Dr. Chang, even if hold on, Dr. Chang. Even if the JLP would have won had it been a general, based on the numbers that we're seeing, it would have been a slim majority. And the point that I'm trying to make is the message.
You're trying to give a negative point of view.
No, I am not. But I'm looking at the numbers Dr. Chang. And had it been a general, you would have lost some seats. And I'm saying to you, the message that you are selling to the people, clearly the message is not resonating.
Look, we came out of the more devastating economic period, which had just come out of the first financial year last year. You had turned the corner out of the COVID pandemic, so that's 12% of GDP. We pulled it through very efficiently and well. But generally, of course, your capital expenditure would have been redirected solely to health, and number of the bases were done. We know that. But the country also understand that, and we'll just have to improve our messaging, yes. But we would have been government, and it doesn't matter if it's 1 seat or 2 seats. The strength of the democracy, which is one of the positives of this election, reflecting the strength of Jamaican democracy. We can govern with a 1 seat majority. We can govern with 2 seats, as well as with 19. So
I hear you.
I hear you, but you're not listening.
No.
But you're not listening. You're projecting your own thoughts on your own politics.
Oh, not about my own thoughts, Dr. Chang. We have to think. Is it that you have faced the reality that your party is in trouble? The PNP has emerged from a political dead.
We are not in trouble.
With a leader, Dr. Chang, that is not popular.
Who is that? Who is leader not popular?
I'm saying the PNP have returned from a political dead with a leader that is not popular when matched against the leader of the JLP. And I'm saying they were able to increase their margins. Isn't that an indication that your party is in trouble?
No. We have a mature democracy, and the people express themselves. We will look at the situation carefully. We analyze and see where they might be gaps. We fill them. We'll deal with them. We are a mature party, and we are a national party, and we know how to organize and design our political programs, as well as we are a government that has a job to do in governing the country. We know what is required of the people out there, and we're going to continue to do the job effectively and well. How we communicate that, yes, we have to examine that, and that we will also do.
Yeah. And looking generally, when you doing your internal polling and the work on the ground, have you admitted that the party would have lost some gains at that, and you have significant work to do on the ground?
You cannot win. Look, we are winning over 45 seats. Is a major thing, and it's under special circumstances. So it's not about a loss. It's almost a corrective measure you may think of. This is a country that has 2 political parties. We consider ourselves the stronger and the better party, and we're going to govern the country. We are governing now, and we'll continue governing. But you don't expect to win 60 seats every time you go there. The only time we had the body of 166 is when we had no contest. So winning some seats is not winning the election. We won the election. We'll continue to be government, and we'll continue to be government after the next election.
Are you conceding, though, that you're going to lose significant seats in the general election?
You like to lose. You want to feel the loss than the Jamaican Labour Party.
No, not at all. I have no Dr. Chang, I don't have any brief for any political party.
There'll be an election, and we'll win the government. That's the election. The essence of an election is who wins, and the next election will win.
But you admit that the JLP is in trouble?
No, we're not in trouble.
Oh?
All right. The Labour Party is united. We have a very respected and strong leader, and that provides the basis for going forward effectively and well. We're united, and with a most respected and Prime Minister and party leader in the country.
You clearly have to make some changes, though, with your ground game.
That's our internal review will decide how we do and what we do. Sandy, I have to leave you now, but I'm
a quick one before. Hold on, a quick one before you.
I have a commitment. And I said the party machinery will do what is required.
I want to ask you about the voter turnout.
And we're going to go there. I will be a chance that it's 8:30.
It's not 8:30 as it, but
Yes, it's on my time.
Thank
We
you,
are
Sir.
comfortable where we are, and it was a very instructive experience. It reflects the strength of our democracy, and the process, while it had some hitches, is still an excellent, one of the best electoral systems globally that we can all proud of the country. And it really provided the platform on which we will go forward to a successful election for the Jamaican Labour Party whenever the Prime Minister decides to go to the polls. All right? Have a good day, Sandy. We'll talk some more again.
All the best. Dr. Horace Chang, the General Secretary of the JLP. Oh boy. Based on what we are seeing, it seems as if, and I'll say the JLP is in trouble. The JLP is in trouble. And when you look just generally at the performance of the PNP, and I said it in my opening, the PNP is back in the game. And yesterday I was having a conversation with a few individuals, and one person indicated that if they were advising the JLP, they would go to General now. Because the Prime Minister may be able, marginally, to win if he calls it now. And if he waits any longer, then the tables might switch. The PNP, that's what the individual said to me yesterday. But you have to give credit to the PNP and the way in which they have gone about planning for the local government election. The way that they have gone about utilizing the data to guide them. Yeah? Which is funny because that's what the JLP did when Andrew Holness first beat Portia Simpson Miller. Utilizing the data to guide them as to what is it that the people want to hear, the messaging, what seats should they focus on to win. And they did that, and they won. The PNP utilized that strategy and take it down to the granular level where they're matching candidate against candidate. Who can beat this person? When we look at the picture within the division, can candidate A, who is my candidate, beat candidate B? And they utilize the math, the science, and it paid off. It paid off. And I don't get that picture from the JLP, that they are as organized as they were when Andrew Holness beat Portia Simpson Miller. And it simply means, yeah, that the JLP this morning is in trouble. Yeah? The JLP is in trouble. And with all that the JLP is boasting about, the performance of the economy, the development happening within the country, the low unemployment rate that they are boasting about, the cushion that they talk about for those who are on the lower end of the socio-economic scale, it is not resonating. The message is not resonating, which means that something is wrong. And then one of the things that we have to look at is the voter turnout. Yeah? Well, let's take the break. I have to pick up on that when we come back from the